What's going on, everybody? It's GameUnboxingReviews here, and welcome back to another Marvel Spider-Man news update. So in today's video, we're going to be talking all about alternative costumes. We're going to go into detail on how you unlock the costumes and what costumes are currently confirmed. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so you're probably wondering how many alternative costumes are there going to be and which ones actually made it into the game. Well, aside from Spider-Punk, which we talked about in the previous video, we only know of a few suits that are in the game so far, but we'll get to them in a little bit. Now, Game Informer have reported that they saw around 24 suit silhouettes, but Insomniac assured them that there will be more than that in the final build of the game. Now, not counting Spider-Man Unlimited on mobile, I believe Spider-Man Edge of Time currently holds the record for most alternative costumes in a Spider-Man video game on console. So it sounds like Insomniac will easily exceed that with their game, which is extremely exciting news, because that means pretty much anyone that plays this game, there will be at least one suit that they will like and want to use in the game, which is just awesome. Now then, crafting materials are a very important part of this game because earning them allows you to create new unlockable suits, and thankfully unlocking suits won't be too difficult in this game because you'll be able to earn crafting materials by completing missions, side activities and lots more. And in case you're wondering, yes, regardless of which suit Peter is wearing, all alternative costumes will still show up in cutscenes, which is awesome news. Insomniac basically want you to make Peter into your ideal Spider-Man, so you're free to switch to an alternative costume right away. If you want to complete the game as Spider-Punk, then you can absolutely do that. The choice is entirely up to you. So we got a very quick glimpse at an alternative suit on Tuesday, and it has now been confirmed that that suit was indeed the classic suit from the comics, which is really cool because you do actually start the game in that suit, as Peter doesn't actually make what Insomniac are calling the advanced suit until a little later on in the story. And like I said in the last video, each alternative costume grants the player new special abilities. So the classic suit's ability is quad damage, and when activated, Spider-Man's hands will glow with fiery hues for a short amount of time, allowing him to act as a steamroller, which I assume means that Spidey can repeatedly punch his enemies with this ability active, which sounds awesome. Now, the best part about the costume abilities is that they can be swapped around, so you could say, for example, add the quad damage to Spider-Punk, and I'd assume you'd even be able to give classic Spider-Man Spider-Punk's guitar as well, which is really, really cool. Next up here, of course, we can see our very first in-game look at Spider-Man Noir, and he looks absolutely awesome in this game. This is honestly my favorite design of Spider-Man Noir in a video game to date. He just looks absolutely perfect. Now then, like all costumes in Marvel Spider-Man, the Spider-Man Noir costume will grant the player a new power. However, Insomniac wouldn't actually reveal what that power is. So many people believe that might mean that when you wear the Spider-Man Noir costume, you are given a gun or a Tommy gun or something like that. Now, I know he has those in the comics, or at least he had them at the start of the comics, but I highly doubt they're going to do that, unfortunately. I mean, you got to think, Insomniac have said time and time again that this Spider-Man doesn't kill. It's not something he would do. So if you were to give him an alternate costume, which then gives him the ability to kill, that kind of just defeats the whole purpose. So I really don't see that happening, but I've been proved wrong many times before, so, you know, we will just have to wait and see. Now, this last bit of news is bound to get you all extremely excited, because when asked if we can customize costumes in the game, Insomniac explained that you can craft alternate suits, but they are already made. And the great thing about this is they actually gave some examples. So they're already made and are a combo of comic, film, and original ones. They literally just confirmed right there that there will be movie suits in the game. Now, we'll get to that in a little bit, but I think it's also interesting to note that they have said that there's going to be original costumes in the game as well. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say that these are the costumes that have been made specifically for the game. So I'm talking, you know, the classic suit, the Insomniac suit, which they're calling the advanced suit, hopefully the wrestler suit, and maybe even Peter Parker as well. You know, I'd personally really like to be able to play as Peter Parker in free roam in this game. Even if he has his powers or not, I just think giving the player the option to be able to do that would be really cool. So yes, that's right, people. Not only are we going to get a bunch of suits from the comics, but also suits that we've seen wearing in previous films. Now, before you get too excited, I think it's important to note that if any movie suits are going to make it into this game, then it'll be the ones that Tom Holland has been wearing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, as he is, of course, the current incarnation of Spider-Man on the big screen, which would hopefully mean that we'll get to wear the homemade suit, which I absolutely love. That's an amazing design, and one of my favorite things to do in Spider-Man games is roleplay his early days. I did a lot of that with the Vigilante suit in the Amazing Spider-Man video games, so being able to do it again with this suit would be really cool. The Stark suit, that is a no-brainer. It's an awesome modern reimagining of the classic suit from the comics, and being able to use all of Peter's gadgets in the game while wearing this suit would make you feel like you were playing as Tom Holland Spider-Man, but when he's older, which would be really cool. And of course, the Iron Spider from Avengers Infinity War. This is a suit that I originally hated, and now absolutely adore. I think the main reason more than anything that this suit should be in the game is because of the Iron Spider legs. If Spider-Punk can have his guitar in the game, then surely Iron Spider should be able to have his stingers. Plus, you'd even be able to swap them around and give Spider-Punk the stingers if you wanted to, or let the Iron Spider rock out. Now then, I couldn't say for sure if we're going to see suits from the previous Spider-Man franchises in the game as well as the ones from the MCU, but the spider symbols on Peter's advanced suit are either inspired by the Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man movies, or Insomniac have literally just taken those symbols and put them onto their suits. Regardless, I love all of the cinematic Spider-Man suits, some more than others, but I absolutely believe that they should all be in this game, as everyone has their own personal favourite. So I'm talking the human spider, you know, being able to swing around the city at night in this suit would be so nostalgic to me personally. So this is definitely one of the suits that is at the very top of my list. Spider-Man 2, what can I say about this one? I mean, it's iconic. This game is clearly the successor to Spider-Man 2. So what better way to celebrate that than by wearing that game's suit? Not to mention the fact that just trying to remake all of those epic swinging scenes from all three movies would be truly exhilarating. Now, when it comes to symbiotes, most people are probably asking for the classic black suit, and while I would absolutely love to see that in this game, I'd personally also like to see the Spider-Man 3 version of the Symbiote Black Suit as well. Now, I know Spider-Man 3 isn't the most beloved comic book movie, but every scene that suit was in is awesome, and I'd love to be able to recreate all those crazy moments at night in this game. And this might be a stretch, but it would be really cool if when you wear one of Tobey Maguire's suits, the webs sound like they did in the first three movies, because obviously in that franchise Peter didn't make any web shooters as he had organic webbing, so it would just be a nice little attention to detail to add to those three suits. Lastly, of course, we have the Amazing Spider-Man suit. So the Vigilante suit, like I said earlier, one of my favorite things to do in the Amazing Spider-Man games is roleplay Peter's early days. So I would definitely love to see this suit return in this game. The Amazing Spider-Man one, you know, it's a very different looking suit, but I've always liked it. I've always liked how practical it looks. So I would definitely like to see this one return as well. And of course, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I love the big eyes and everything, and I think that would be a great addition as well. Thing is, guys, as you could probably tell, I would love to see all of these suits. I don't know how likely that is. I have no idea if they're going to add every single cinematic suit, but it would be amazing. And like I said before, everyone has their own personal favorite Spider-Man, whether it's Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or Tom Holland. So just being able to wear these suits, even though these movies are done and we're not going to get any more installments, would just be really, really cool. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Lots of exciting news there about alternative costumes. Let me know in the comment section below what alternative costume you want to see most in Marvel Spider-Man on PS4. Personally, for me, it's either the Human Spider or Spider-Man 2's suit. I mean, I'm just a massive fan of the original Sam Raimi suits, and being able to recreate all those iconic swinging scenes with those suits would be amazing. Anyway guys, as always, I want to thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.